We continue our adventures within Stillwater, now with a fresh new day, and after that unpleasant business within the temple. Now the next bit of side quest is regarding the missing wizard that we haven't told the other day. As always, we have to ask for permission to be talked to like a civilized person because, reaction. Now this quest, the blacksmith actually carries a fine shield on himself. It is worth pickpocketing if you have a melee-oriented character. I won't be doing that. In any case, let's get the conversation tree out of the way and let's go save his wizard friend. Now, where the wizard is actually located outside of town. I have a bit of a problem finding him, but nothing too worse. Just follow the path north, and you will find his cabin. Now, this side quest really isn't worth that much. Just a bit of experience. Again, Stillwater is a hub. It's a quest hub for as just a stepping stone in the way. It's not like Strenght where you need every single bit of experience you can get your hands on. Most of the rewards you can get for this area can be achieved within 15 minutes of just shooting enemies in the face. Now, as you can see, the snow has some visible track marks that you have to follow to find where the ransacker or the wizard's home is located, which leads to this small cave. This is the ogre's cave that we have mentioned, and here's something. Even if there are bones scattered around, even if there's a wizard located in a cage, you cannot take your chances with a preemptive shot on the resident of the cave, mainly because unless you are forced into combat, if you initiate combat against a creature that is not immediately hostile towards you, and for some reason the ogre is not, then your party members will complain and you will lose reputation with them. The reputation system, I have tried to exploit it, but to use it. The Prima guide says that if you give your followers items that they like, such as Earl Grey tea for Gar, then you can actually increase the reputation by a little bit. Now here, this is the ogre. As you can see, he can't even punch through the magic chapeau that our healer is carrying. I always forget her name. But here am I proving that the biggest limitation that the Brown's gun has, it's because I can only have it's its speed. I can only have 2 shots of it, and that's I'm going to say 60% my fault for being over encumbered all the time. We'll be taking care of that in this very episode. Don't forget to loot this place for any gems and bento trash, essentially. Now going back to town, the wizard will never appear again. Not even in his home. His home is going to be ransacked for the rest of the game. Now, another complaint with the reputation with the yes, let's go with reputation with your party members. you cannot. I haven't found. Yeah, I haven't found a way to increase it, despite giving Gar Earl Grey tea and Magnus his items of dwarven equipment. The Primal Guide says that by dropping them into their inventories, they should at least have a little bit more of respect towards you, just so that you can get, just so that they can allow you to do something that they perceive as odd. Well, never really like that in RPGs, but the reward is quite unsatisfying. Just a magic sword that not even Virgil will like, and he's a resident magic user just because he actually can use them. Now he's technically not even a quality blacksmith. The game features two types of blacksmith: regular and quality. Quality actually can sell you plants, but well, he carries a little bit of everything, even bullets. Now, as we proceed, yes, again I had a problem picking up the weapon because of my inventory. No, Virgil will still be using his two-handed sword because the AI considers that it's technically better than what he's carrying right. His two-handed sword. Now, what was I saying about taking care of our dexterity problems? Since we will be going back to Strenght in a little while, might as well mention it. But before, let's progress with the plot by robbing an elven trash can. Now, this elf, the key to talking to him is just that you have to be as... I thought you had to be as absolutely cheeky as you could be, but you have to still show him respect because conversations are complicated. Now, yes, that's a jump cut because I provoked him earlier into attacking me. Now, yes, I forgot that there is that what I thought was a bit cheeky was actually the token, the token disrespectful option for this particular conversation. Now, you will see what his gimmick is in a few seconds. And this is a callback to the very second or third episode of the series. If we pickpocket him, he carries an amulet of Tala. The healer from Shrouded Hills, an elf, asked us when we asked her for a job. She jokingly said that if we found the amulet of Nantala somewhere in the world, she would reward us. What that amulet does is, we will know later when we reach the Elven City that that amulet is given to healers of some renown. So you can see that the elf that lives in Shrouded Hills was a former healer or just a wanderer, or is just a wanderer medic. Now, this character is absolutely optional because one of the many options we have to get to the Elven City would be to bring the amulet back to the healer in Shrouded Hills, and she will point us the way. As it is now, I decided to go to do every single quest for maximum experience, and because I have to get back to Terrant anyways, well, it's not. It will be part of the journey. Now, what he asks us to do is to capture a magical beast that can transform into a blue rabbit by day and lives in a cave right behind his home. Cryptozoology. I really wonder why. I find this quest particularly strange because we live in a world where there are spider centaurs walking around, half woman, half arachnid, yet people dismiss cryptozoology as a fake science. That's really the pot, calling the ghetto and so on and so forth. But we get just a little bit of experience for this individual. In fact, the quest I have not been able to go back and to tell him about the success of I'm getting ahead of myself, but the quest mostly ends once you get the blue rabbit for him. Then it's over. Now the cage takes up some inventory space, and I just throw some of the vendor trash away, mainly the top hat. Surprisingly, his NPC does not want that item. It's not made for him. It was not technically made for him, although he should. It's unlike the elven trade in Ashbury that actually went straight for the medicinal leaves we left for him. That because his NPC as a trader has in stock medicinal herbs. If he sees them laying around, he'll immediately go for them. But anyways, top hats are not for him. I forget that I need to take off my armor, and that means dropping even more items. Now I'm just going to again exploit the NPC's AI and simply drop my armor in hopes that they pick it up.
Yes, madam.
And Magnus is finally of some help to us all in this group, besides complaining, of course. Now, what do we have to do? You don't even have to sneak on him, just apply at a safe distance the ointment made of some very strange materials, approach the rabbit, and use the cage on it, and it will immediately be caged, the poor little fella. I actually forgot that the leather armor was only 3 spots, only occupied 3 spots, so well, it was pointless. It was a bit pointless having tricking Magnus into picking our armor back. Now, what was I saying about cryptozoology being a fake science? It is a fake science, but you have to ask yourself if cryptozoology is a fake science in a fantasy world. In fact, how can you even say anything about natural selection when I can throw fireballs out of thin air based on my MP? And speaking of PvP, mages are overpowered, but that's that's just a general statement of the game. Now, here is another middle finger from our favorite scientist. He is going to ask us to go to Strenght, to the only place, to the only place in higher learning in all of the world. The university that sells us the technical manuals. Impressive. Yes, jump skip ahead, and let's just say that we need more firepower. So I learned how to make sniper rifles and electric batteries, and increase my strength to almost have to the middle value. Now, what I'm going to do is to create one of the last weapons, one of the endgame weapons, the electric with the test of a gun, which quadruples the cost and doubles the potential damage that our Tesla staff can do. Sorry, Tesla rod. Benefits from it, with the increased strength, we can actually shoot it twice. Its speed is nothing to write home about, but at the same time, it's really quite powerful. It avoids armor, unless it's armor plate or magical armor, leather, jackets, any form of mid-tier armory. It's gone. It can go right through them, cut it through like a hot knife through butter, and it looks quite impressive, two-handed as well. Now, with a machine gun, a handgun, and an electrical gun, I think we're pretty much set. Bromwick's gun, it does not become better even with a lower encumbrance. Now, what should we do with all this? Yes, report to Gilbert Bates first and foremost.
You have returned. Tell me, what news? What did he tell you? They allowed elves to banish dwarves? What in the name of all that is holy is happening to this world? Well, what do the elves have to say about all of this? Excellent. It is some more gold to help you on your way. Of course. What do you wish to ask of me?
And with no new information from him to give us, we proceed with the rest of the side quest. Actually, main quest, side quest, call it whatever we want. We could go to the Elven City right away, but for some reason, well, we're just not allowed to do this one yet. Let's play fair for a while. Now, that safe is where we should use the crystal key on, the one that was given to us by the plans to which were given to us by the dwarves in the Wheel clan. Now, this one is pretty much going to tell us that the rabbit we have in the cage is just a blue, common rabbit painted blue, mainly by our very favorite cryptozoologist. Or zoologist. In any case, it was a merry wild goose chase, or just a regular goose chase, and we will be solving this in a more professional matter, one which will involve shopkeeper, the keeper of the Museum of Curious Items, H.T. Parnell's. I don't know what would Gar think with me bringing him back to his former place of employment as a circus freak so often, but well, he doesn't talk all that much. I think he just he's voice acted for a reason, but he just does not have any outbursts unless you're doing evil things or what the game considers as evil, mainly attacking an ogre preemptively before he tried to kill us and ate us for dinner. You know, evil things. Now, H.T. Parnell, you cannot bargain with him, even on the highest setting. You cannot. The price for the pelt he has is fixed, and here is me getting confused and not knowing where to go. Now again, the new gun. Let's discuss that for a while. It's simply better. Better both 10 points stat increase and up to 40% on the max of the other. What's not to like? 20 to 80. Pretty much it's oh no, you can bargain with him. 2000 coins, give or take. We could always try to kill him and take the belt, but why? Why bother? Now, the Tesla gun, strongest gun in the game. Well, second strongest. The strongest is the blade launcher, which does physical damage of the same kind, but it's twice as slow. Just as perspective, the blade launcher, it's a bazooka that shoots swords, while right now we have an energy weapon that shoots, I think, arcs electricity are on the air. I think that's a much better choice. Now, still with the side quest business, I'm going to go ahead and show off the new Tesla gun in the Stonecutter Clan. We were asked to go here and save, just know what happened to the dwarven's brother. And it's a surprise to no one, it has been taken over by a creature X. The three guesses as to which it is: either wolves, spiders, or the undead. This time it's the undead. Now, the undead here are not well, for some reason fire and electricity works fantastic on the recent corpses. Still, the core guards, they cannot be one-shotted, but pretty close to it. The treasure that you can find here is not particularly interesting. Just some more vendor trash in the form of gems, some gold coins. It's only after you clear this area that you can find the real treasure, in relatively speaking. This place, as I said before, the problem is that we will never get the fate point and the reputation associated with the quest, even if my game is patched, I never managed to get it. What happens, as I said before, what happens is once you trigger the flag for finding out what happened with the dwarf's brother, the aforementioned dwarf just goes back to sleep and never gets from bed. I'm going to say that he got a case of depression and not instead of a bug, because it makes more sense to me in my head canon. Now, the gold around here is not particularly bad. This place will be locked until we clear the final boss for the area. Then we have to fight a second boss, but that's about on par for the course. Core guard, they're still dangerous. They still take damage your armor, as well as take a large chunk of your life upon hit. But with as comparison to mechanized gun, unless it's a very good hit, I'm getting quite good with the critical hits for some reason. And even though I'm not really going for aimed shots, still I'm getting very close to level 50, and that would be changing the subject. I'm getting very close to level 50, and 50 is in the vanilla game the max level that your character could get. I installed a patch to go over it, but I'll talk about it some other time. Now, the verdict of this of the Tesla gun is pretty damn satisfactory, if I ask so myself. If we had still even less encumbrance, we could get to shoot it 3 times, which is going to be meat grinder for the poor enemies. The problem will be, of course, the electricity cost associated with it, but that's why I took 2 points into chemistry. Now we can make our own batteries. How to make your own batteries? The problem will be that the electrolyte solution is not being sold by everyone. All times it's a bit more rare than the small metal plates. But if you stay in Strenght for a few days, if you grind the shopkeepers, you will eventually find it. And the best part of the batteries, so to speak, is that you can make a score of 50 units per combination. So it's really cost effective. And as weapons go, sure, what can I say? How can I say what I can say? I say it takes me about 50 gold for 50 gold, 200 units of batteries, which would be about 50 shots. And with 50 shots we can pretty much clear a dungeon around here. So, well, it's not exactly the game is not exactly proven to be a challenge. So the Defiler slaves, again, a new unique enemy to this game. They are the servants of the Necromancy there, and I'm a bit depressed that none of them are really that they all know who to go for. Enemies in this game will so first of all, they have 2 AI settings. First of all, they will target the first character that attacked them, and second of all, they will, and that's about it, they're going to target the last character that attacked them. That's why some of them are going to go for Jane right now. Sorry, some of them, they will still go for me because reasons. Now, as always, explosives are great to scatter the enemies around. Defiler slaves are just, as always, they're unique enemies, but they are mummies with another name. I try to combine my weapons a little bit, just because I really want to get some use out of them. Now, see, again, another problem is that he is a caster that is going for melee attacks, which makes no sense to me. Virgil's AI, you cannot turn it off. You cannot ask him to stop healing you, because Virgil cannot heal us. Magic healing is barred from us for the rest of the game, unless we make a critical save. Unless we make a critical success. Next problem. My computer goes a bit crazy for some reason and decides to lag on a game that's, I'm going to say, easily 16 years old, 17 years old. Virgil is currently trying to heal me. I'm going to waste all his MP trying to do so. If I gave him some MP restorative items, he would continue healing us, and so on and so forth. You better understand how your companions operate. At least unless you got 3 or the idea. I'm going to say that the ideal number of companions for this game will be 3. Much more manageable, less meat for the grinder, and you can still micromanage them a little bit. Now, I kept thinking that maybe the enemy boss left a key somewhere before I gave up and simply busted the door open, because honestly, why bother right now? As I said before, mages are overpowered, and necromancers are the most overpowered mages there are in this game. Why? Because they have access level 1 and level 1 black necromancy's spell tree is harm. Harm is a spell that increases with your magical aptitude and not with your willpower, which means that it's absolutely broken. You can break the game with a few well placed points on your magical disciplines. Instead of specializes in one discipline, just go for become a generalist mage. Muscle maker, it's the opposite from the brain builder. You trade a point on perception, charisma, and intelligence for a point in yes, you gain more strength, dexterity, and constitution. You lose 1 point in intelligence, persuasion, and charisma. You can do that for as long as you have still points in those places you trade. Now, with the key to the final area out of the way, let's again make a recap of this area. This was actually a dwarven clan. They dug too deep and too far, and they found a necromancer's laboratory. This is the necromancer Kirkan. Interesting fellow. He was banished to the void. Which if you remember episode 17, I think it was, where we explored the dragon caves, where Krakatur was found and killed, the man who was cursed for 13 generations because he killed he poisoned a sleeping dragon to become a dragon himself. We found his diary detailing the exploits of his life. He was banished for his atrocious crimes. And this is the laboratory of the first man who ever discovered necromancy and turned mages into the OP powerhouses that they are. He also became banished. I think you're going to see a point here that we're going to find all of the creatures that have been banished. Just for more banishment shenanigans, main plot point in their battles between Aronnax and Nasruddin. Nasruddin, the holy elven messiah, banished Aronnax for trying to rule over the world. As you can see, banishment is an incredibly important element to the story of the game. Here we have a knight, bludgeoner, let's call it a fallen paladin that goes down in a hail of bullets. Now, to end this story, we have Necronizer. that is an absolutely gimmicky weapon. It basically what does it's kill once you kill an enemy in battle. And once you kill an ally in battle, you can resurrect them and have them follow you. Absolutely gimmicky. They just go back as zombies. Depending on the level they died, they go from simple zombie to gore guard to level 50 zombie. And this is the diary of the first necromancer. Now, see you on the next one.